Welcome back here with Goldberg. Today I'll be talking about the Christian Ziegler controversy. But before we delve into that most precious topic, since many have requested, do I believe Jonathan Majors is in fact guilty? And the short answer is hell yes. But not for the reasons you assume. Let's just be perfectly frank. This is not a heterosexual male. At minimum, it's a guy that cross-dresses. At the max, it's a proud, empowered sister that wants to make it as a black superhero. Medea's daughter or pachyderm, getting a makeover. It's fine. But the entire encounter just smacks of lesbian biodrama, interfeminal, you want to call it interseminal community violence. He was reported to have told this woman, "You got to be more like Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama." Mm-hmm. And then a renowned public intellectual came out for the rare moment that he's not addicted to antidepressants, and he put it in a beautiful poetic fashion. He just goes, "And yes, you'll get slapped if you're looking hoe." So we have to be willing to face the facts when it comes to these situations. You can't devolve into emotions, or you will be miserable. But returning to Christian Ziegler, so he's been giving head to the Florida GOP, or actually he's the head of the Florida GOP. His wife, Bridget or Brittany, one of those made up names, she is the head of Moms for Liberty, which doesn't want the trans in the classroom. And she's actually bisexual, so it's a classic conservative. We stand for the rights of children and parents against the trans with the gays. What can you do? As it happens, this is what you call co-opting the Sharmuta. Brother Armour would probably put it that way. He more than likely was getting cucked by this woman for years, and he just said, "Oh, how can I make it work to my benefit? Well, we'll have a threesome." But what happened is his wife called in sick that day because she probably didn't want to sleep with him, so he shows up at the apartment of the woman thinking he's still going to get some, and she says, "Well, I was really about it for your wife." And that's brutal because that shows that his wife has higher SMV, even though she's probably about a 4 out of 10, and her neck just makes you want to go, "It's incredibly thick as Gaston's." It's brutal. And you have to understand what's going on. How many of these men, when I go around in the mall or whatnot, and I see these couples that are supposedly successful, and oh, you guys hate them because you're losers, I wonder what percentage of them are willing or unwilling cucks just to maintain the presence. If you remember, there was that Mormon gospel band back in the day. It was very popular, and they had a song that came out. It went, "Cut the umbilical cord. Are you human or are you incel?" And you just stop and consider how many men are frightened of that possibility, where they will give up all sense of self-respect and dignity just to have a woman on their arm. Not to mention the guys who have their ear to the ground, even if they're in some irrelevant comment section where there's no women, they're always trying to defend women because they're paranoid a woman might find out and choose to deselect them based upon their opinions if it happened to be honest. This is why most men are pathological liars and cannot be trusted. Now, whether he's going to be Danny Masterson over this incident is hard to say. She's claiming assault, perhaps for a payout. Some of the footage seems to undermine what she was arguing, although that was the same case with Majors, and he's still heading to Bootyland. So, what are we going to do? Regardless, it seems that we are on this cultural sleigh ride downhill. Like Jim Carrey Stole Christmas, but with no breaks. You had Hunter Avalone, you had Jack Murphy, Jesse Lee Bootyson. And just recently, that short, blue-haired gremlin was caught in bed with PewDiePie. Was it PewDiePie? It was someone Swedish, or someone Swedish was caught in bed with someone else. I really don't know. I don't want to go down that hill. So what is going to be next? Ron DeSantis and RuPaul? Maybe Coach Greg Adams is going to smash Vivek Ramaswamy? This is just strange. I don't know what to make of it, but rest assured, a lot of it is going on behind closed doors. Some of it's not in closed doors. Some of it's being filmed. That's really scary when you think about it. But who knows? And where do we go from here?